I think there's like a couple different things, right? So a big one is obviously ad blocking. And with ad blocking, we get a lot of people really worried that they are getting minimal opportunities to talk to the customers that they need to, which means, and it applies to, right, like if people pay for apps or if they're using websites, or people moving away from the traditional TV experience and towards kind of non-linear TV. But that just really means, one, you've got to use every opportunity that you get with your customers to the best of the ability, and two, that's led into a lot of the rise of like branded content, which I think is great for the creative industry. I think another trend is voice, right? So we're seeing voice on the rise, and how consumers, kind of with the rise of personal assistants and smart speakers and the rise of those types of things, how they want to use voice to interact with brands, and they're getting used to that kind of adoptive consumer behavior. But what that means for marketers is that we need to be able to use voice as kind of a planning stepping stone into every single customer journey, rather than kind of a one-off brand experience. And I think that really brings us to like another trend, which is we used to be, maybe like 10 years ago, a lot more used to a very, again, linear customer journey. They come in through a set point, they go through a set path, and you can really tailor how that path goes for each customer. Now, with like the fragmentation of how CX and everything works, again, the big brand work is really important because you need people to know what your brand stands about. So when they enter any of those individual points, online or offline, they're getting that same kind of brand feeling experience. But it also means like digital has to come in to add a more seamless kind of cohesive experience to keep customers in the know about what they can get, how they can get it, and what kind of behavior they can expect from the brand. So, I mean, there's a lot of different trends, I think. Of course, with AI on the rise, that's a big one for us. There's a lot of fear around it, I think, in the industry in general. But, I mean, for us in the creative industries, I actually think it's a big opportunity. Because with the rise of digital, right, what we found is a lot more work to do, but with a lot less time and still a relatively similar number of people. Whereas AI will help us, yes, automate some things, but also open up opportunities for other things. And with creativity being the thing that, at least thus far for the foreseeable future, machines can't seem to replicate, it is what allows us to set ourselves apart and kind of raise the pressure, but in a positive way for ourselves.